Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with an exciting video on software-defined radio. This video I'm going to title is as an undocumented signal hunting using software-defined radio. For that reason, I've written a code with the help of ChatGPT, and I have actually worked on different iteration of that code and to identify some of the signals that are there in air and how we can actually capture them and how we can visualize them, and so we can find out something about those signals. So for that purpose, this is going to be our detection device. This is the one, HackRF is the one that is going to hunt for my signals using HackRF, and I'll be injecting some dummy signals using this Wi-Fi jammer that is operating at 2.4 gigahertz band. Just to walk you through, on my computer screen, I have made an entire folder which is called undocumented signal hunting, if you can see this. So this is like undocumented signal hunting, and I've been working on it since October 21st. It's been for last 3-4 days, and with the help of ChatGPT and something, I came across different version, and then I just kept on modifying it, and finally the version that was working for me, still it has some glitches. I will show you those glitches as well. But finally the version that I had it working, I just did it today, which is called the RF Hunter V7 Stable Fix Terminate Safe. So basically what I'm trying to do, I have my HackRF, which is right here. It's going to look for those signals. So we're going to tune in. I will be giving it a frequency to tune in for different frequencies that we are trying to hunt. And based on those frequencies, it will give me the signals, and it will give me the screenshot. We'll take the screenshot, it will give me the JSON file and things like that. And all of that is going to be captured in a capture folder within that file. In that folder, undocumented signal hunting folder, which is like capture, and you will see the screenshot as well. So for example, this is the screenshot of what I was just before I start making the video. This is the screenshot that I was getting. I will walk you through with the working code as well, and the one that I'll show you at the end what I meant to say. So let's just simply run this code. This is the stable version of the code which was written in Python with the help of ChatGPT. So basically what we're trying to do here, if you were to look at, I will also leave this on my GitHub folder as well. So I'll be hunting frequency from 2440 megahertz all the way up to 2450 megahertz. Why am I using this particular frequency band? Because in this way I can inject my jamming signal, and then I can show you the detection process. So it will be easier for you to visualize that the code is still working and things like that. So this is going to auto scan it, will detect it, it will let you visualize it. You will see a screenshot of it and things like that. It's an amazing code. After like 17-18 different iterations from ChatGPT, I came across this. So it's going to use the property of HackRF transfer command to actually look for that frequency that we are trying to look for. We're trying to hunt. So in simple way, so let's leave this thing running. Let me delete all of these screenshots that has today's date, because I was capturing them. So let me just delete all of them, which was being captured just about right now. I'll leave this. I think I'm going to empty this folder out. So anything that I've worked on today, I'm just going to simply delete them, move them to trash. I will also leave it on this particular entire folder on my GitHub. So if you guys want to modify it using whatever you want to do, you can do that. So simply just go in, and I'm going to type in, because I just simply ran this command earlier. So I'm going to call it Python. I think this is the one that I'm going to run. Now check this out. So once I run this command, this is what you would see. You would see in a spectrum, and you will see a waterfall graph. I was having an issue when I was working with this code that this spectrum it's going all the way up. Like as you can see, this is right here. It's just showing the spectrum here. It's not coming down. But I have later on in the next iteration, I have fixed it But the cool thing about this particular code that I wanted to show you is this. Let me just minimize this, and let me just, as you guys can clearly see, that you can see the detection that is happening, that it start detecting 7 different signals, then 1 signal, and start taking a snapshot of those signals as well. Now here's what happens. You might see, you might have like problem because I'm using a Bluetooth speaker or mic to record my video. You will see that you won't be able to hear me. But let me show you when I inject this jammer, and look at the number of signal which automatically changes when I inject this jammer into my signal. Just check this out. Now all of a sudden you start seeing 12, 13 different signals. I hope you guys able to visualize this. You will be able to see a lot of signals which are being injected. Some of them are like 9, 10, because this is going to have a jamming effect. You start seeing multiple of signals. When I remove this, you will be able to hear me after I remove this. Now the number of signals will automatically go down. You start detecting only 2 signals and 3 signals and things like that. But when I insert my jammer back in, you will start seeing more and more of these signals at different frequency. So check this out. Let me insert this. I know you won't be able to hear me using my mic, but check this out, how quickly the number of signal will increase when I insert my jammer in. This is basically showing the presence of a signal. Here we go. I hope you guys can see it, how populated this particular band is, because you start injecting this jamming signal. Let me remove this. Now when I look at the Python graph or the snapshot of this, you will see that the spectrum is not doing the justice, but is still continuously saving this in terms of your screenshot and things like that. But now let's look at the other version, which is much, I know it's not giving you the output like this on your terminal window, but it is actually giving you the output on a spectrum. So let's look at this guy, Python 18th version of this particular RF Hunter code, which is this. Hold on a second, let me remove this. Here we go. So now this is much better of a graph. Why? Because you are seeing the spectrum, 2400 megahertz spectrum on this, but you're not seeing anything fancy here. Just like when you were visualizing it in terms of numbers, what type of frequency, what type of signals and frequencies that you're capturing in a previous code, but you can clearly see it on the spectrum that there is an activity at 2400 megahertz band. Now when I insert my jammer back in, this is what you would see. Look at my spectrum. Here we go. So this is what, here we go. Here we go. So you can see this. Yes, you can click, but you're not seeing as activity as much, like input, like, but you are seeing this, that you are getting like 4 or 5 different signals. So this is probably the upgraded version of this when you want to visualize your signal in terms of your spectrum as well. And let me just insert this back in. This is what's going on basically. So this is basically what jamming looks like, and then it will also give you the frequency as well here that is detecting those signals as well. So basically this is a way you can perform RF hunting and look for undocumented signals. Yes, you can see this here as well. There are different packets at different frequency of signals that you're seeing on that data as well. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. That's so I have used the power of ChatGPT and to write this particular code, and it actually works. So I hope if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.